Great, folks. Thanks again for joining us tonight for our Sustainable Development Committee meeting. As Rene had mentioned, we have 3 presentations. Some of them are updates on things that have been on our agenda previously. So the first item is the marijuana dispensary, and I think I saw Mr. Chavez. I think that's who's presenting for
Marcos. Yeah, so it's Desiree and Brian. If you can give Brian Chavez access, host access, so he can share the presentation.
Let's see.
I'm sorry, buddy. 1 second.
Brian, can you check and see if you're able to share?
1 second. Yeah. 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm not. Share screen. Can everybody see?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
You just have to put it on. Just have to download it so you can, open it up. Thank you. Thank you for your patience, everyone. The snow does not help with patience nowadays, but.
And while you guys are doing that, just a couple of things. If you look in our chat, Minnie posted the sign-in, the link to the sign-in sheet. So we ask that you please, sign in for tonight's meeting. Also, just a reminder that the way that our meetings work is that presenters will have 10 to 15 minutes to present and also have an opportunity to engage people with any questions that you may have. At the end of the presentations, we will be asking all the presenting teams to step out of the meeting space so we can have a discussion amongst local residents. So thank you. Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
Perfect. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you, guys.
We can do it this way. You weren't able to pull it up, Brian?
No.
Okay. If we can go to the first slide, please.
All right.
Thank you.
First slide right here.
Yeah, but I don't know if your screen is frozen or. Okay, we're fine. So thank you for giving us the opportunity to provide an update today. We're very excited to be here. As some of you may know, my name is Desiree Frangel. I have been a resident of Roxbury for the past 14 years. I'm also the community engagement officer and liaison for Hight Profile Budega, and I'm joined here today with owner Brian Chavez. Brian.
Hello, everyone. Sorry about the technical difficulties. My name is Brian Chavez, born in the city of Boston, owner of Antonio's Pizzeria. Happy to see many of you guys. Last time I was at a DSNI meeting was February 28th, 2020, about a week before the pandemic hit. I just want to thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to present tonight. Back to you,
Brian. So as you know, local business owner Brian and our team began going through the licensing process in February of 2019. And after 2.5 years of community and the licensing process, and with the support of DSNI and many Roxbury residents, we received our final license in 2021. That was a long journey. At that point, we partnered with C3 Industries, another family-owned business, to bring Hight Profile Budega to 561 Dudley Street. Since 2021, we've also began working on the existing property to ensure the space is revitalized and beautified as we previously committed to. And we'll speak a little bit more about that later in the presentation. Our license was also approved to operate between the hours of 9 a.m. and 8 p.m. So we're currently undergoing the process to extend the closing hour to a 10 p.m. closing time. We do have a city sanctioned meeting scheduled for March 16th, and we've shared that flyer with Minnie and Renee to circulate with residents. At the moment, we are expected to open in May of this year. We will inform, obviously, and invite DSNI and members of the community for the grand opening. That's something we're really looking forward to sharing with you all. And then if we can, Brian, can you bring down the slide to the development standards a little bit better?
One moment. Can you see, is that better?
No, if you could, no, just bring it down on the tab on the right, like.
Scroll down your document if you can.
I'm sorry?
I said scroll down the document.
Yeah, scroll the document down on,
I'm scrolling down and
oh, okay, it is.
I'm again, so.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Thank you so much. Awesome. So yeah, so in 2019, we committed to some of the SDC standards for development in the community. We have maintained the ramp for the handicap accessibility, and we're also very happy that we were able to add one handicap parking space. Extra lighting and camera coverage will be provided to the exterior of the building and the parking area. That's something that was discussed very early on, and that's a commitment that we're still following through with. We're also going to be incorporating the green space, as well as six parking spots for customers. We do foresee a need to incorporate a no left turn signage, both privately in the property and on the street, which requires that we work with the city of Boston. So we have started that process. We want to make sure that we're not adding to the traffic and congestion, and that our customers aren't taking a left out of the parking lot, which would just exasperate traffic in the area. Throughout the demo and build out process, we have developed relationships with abutters in the rear of the building. They've allowed us to work on our building with no issue. And we in turn have also helped to clean up 2.5 tons of trash and debris from a neglected patch of land abutting both properties. We don't have a full rendering, but something that we can provide later on. Hopefully, if there's room in the other agendas for the upcoming months, but we wanted to give you a visual of how the property will look, and give you an idea of what the building is going to start looking like. And then we'll go on to the next slide. Scroll down, thank you. So yeah, employee diversity, this is something we're also very committed to ensuring that we meet our own and the city's diversity and the DSNI's diversity standards. These numbers aren't just estimates, they're actually reflective of what our other two stores are doing as far as diversity. So we do expect that 60% of our employees will be Roxbury residents, 80% Boston residents, around 65% female, and the numbers for Hispanic, Black and white, those will vary, but pretty much we're definitely trying to keep up with the diversity numbers that we've promised to uphold. We're very excited to be circulating job postings in mid-March and throughout the community, and we'll make sure that DSNI has the link to the job postings so that they can circulate in their monthly newsletter. And then we'll go on to talk about security for a little bit. Yeah, so we take safety and security of the community, our staff and customers very seriously. Our security plan will be monitored and adjusted if needed to ensure we stay committed to providing a safe and secure place to work and shop and live. We've hired a local and minority-owned security company, Integrity Protective Services. They currently provide security for other local businesses in the area, such as Brothers Market and America's Food Basket, and most recently our store in Rosendale.
A little bit harder.
The cannabis establishments are very secure. They're one of the most secure businesses across the state, and this is in part to the city and state regulations. So we'll be working with the local police department captain, Captain Dennis Kogaven, to ensure security requirements are met. It is a required step for us before we open to have our security plan reviewed and approved by B2 captain. The police department will also have access to our camera feeds once we're operational. And just a little bit about what predict our customers' operations will look like. The majority of our customers will be local, and that's just based on what we've seen at our other stores. We're seeing an average purchase time at about 5 to 7 minutes and 2 to 3 minutes for online ordering. We are scanning IDs for customers at the other stores and for this store as well, upon entry and then upon sale of product. And just to add in some extra information there, for our Dorchester and Rosendale store, they've been our Dorchester store has been operating since April of last year, and the Rosendale store has been operating since November. We haven't had any violations, no concern, no security concerns from residents. And so we plan to keep that same level of commitment to the community at this store as well. And thank you so much for giving us some time today. We can answer questions at this moment.
Thank you, Desiree. So yeah, we're gonna open up for questions. If people have questions, either raise your electronic hand if possible. I don't see any right now, but I have a couple questions. So I'm assuming that the jobs posting, it said 2022, March 2022, but I'm assuming it's this March, like next month, right?
Yeah, I apologize for
Okay.
that.
Well,
Still settling into 2023.
So my question was around your hours. So you've requested to extend your hours, and it only mentioned Monday through Friday. Are you guys open on weekends?
Yeah, I apologize for that. Yeah, so actually we would be open 7 days a week. So right now we are approved from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Those were the hours of operation that many of the stores, many of the proposals were offering when we were going through the licensing process. There were not any stores operational in the city of Boston at that time. Since then, I believe we have 16 cannabis stores across the city opened. I think the rush and the lines and the traffic that people were expecting, that hasn't really happened. And so what we've seen is a lot of the retail stores across the city have been extending their hours till 9, 10 p.m. And that's kind of been the norm thus far. So yeah, we're undergoing the process to extend the closing hour to 10 p.m. right now.
Another question that I had was also, you mentioned you have 2 other stores with that same partner. Is it, can you tell me where they're at?
So the first store opened in April of last year. It's at 43 Freeport Street. And the second store opened in November of last year, and that's at 3995 Washington Street in Rosendale.
Great, thank you. On the sign, on the no left turn sign, yeah, that's clearly going to be necessary just because you're so close to the intersection, and it's already crazy as it is at that intersection. So where is that process, and like what is that going to be done prior to opening?
Yeah, so the goal is to have that in place prior to opening. I believe someone from management put in a request this week with the city of Boston. And we've also ordered signs to have at the gate of the parking lot so that our customers can clearly see it as they're getting in their vehicles to exit. And that's something that we've done with for the Rosendale store, and it's worked out pretty great.
Mhm.
Yep.
Anybody here have, oh, I don't know, I thought I saw a hand, but it was my cursor.
And this isn't our only meeting. We'll have another meeting on March 16th. I will flyer the neighborhood. I've shared the flyer with you all. So if questions do arise from here to then, we'll be happy to answer them.
Well, one request I was gonna have was to actually, share like the full set of like renderings for that space. I mean, you guys are very close to opening, so there should be pretty detailed renderings, and I think that would be useful for people to also see how, client flow, patron flow will be managed as well. So thank you.
Yeah, no, Marcos, I appreciate that feedback. It's actually, it's been on our mind. We had these renderings readily available, but if you guys are gracious enough to give us another 5 minutes in March or April, we're happy to come on in and give you guys a visual to see what it looks like. I did see a question from Tracy on the chat. So
Okay.
we will have 6 parking spaces and 1 handicap, so it will be 7 total.
Thanks for catching that.
Thank you.
I'm looking for hands and then there was a text. All right. Okay, well, if there are no other questions, again, thank you for coming back and keeping us posted. Yeah, please share information as things evolve. So
Thank you.
have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, and we'll see you guys.
Thank you, Marcos.
We'll see you guys next month. We'll be here. Thank you.
Okay, so